Alrighty, Vintage Cube is back here, and we have a new card here, Triplicate Titan. Let's see here. So it's a 9-mana 9/9 with Flying Vigilance Trample. When it dies, you get free. So it's basically a good through the breach target. Sneak attack, sort of like that. New card also Reprieve, which is fantastic. I think I'm gonna take Minsc and Boo. It's just, as I've said earlier, a fantastic card, and it's very splashable. So let's take that and see where we go. I haven't been straight up red-green, but we shall see. Here's Palasader, a fantastic card. Doesn't go super well with Minsc and Boo because there are 3 different colors, and this is not the kind of card you want to splash in a white deck, though. However, I think I'm gonna take Palasader and maybe abandon Minsc and Boo. I could take Vendilion Click. That's also not super great with Minsc and Boo. You could more likely to be like a blue base with splashing Minsc and Boo, but also Italia, a good reanimation target. But I'm gonna take Palasader and see if I can. I don't want to be married to my first pick. Okay, here is Solitude, fantastic white card. Also has some applications with like Ephemerate, Restoration Angel. This is a funny one, I guess that could be okay. And we have a new Storm card, I suppose, Penta Prison. Although I could see that card being played with some other cards too. But I'm gonna take Solitude and maybe go into white. I don't have to be like super aggressive white. I could also be blue-white with some blink, because both these cards are fine cards to blink. Alright. So Elspeth Sun's Champion and Kenwith are a little too expensive for my taste. Tidal Hollow Skull, which is a good card, but I don't know about black-white so much. There is Kitchen Finks, which is sort of a little too fair, I think. I might take Tidal Hollow Skull and be like some sort of white-black deck with some blink effects. That could be okay. There isn't anything here that is particularly good. I mean, I think Jorgen is a fantastic card, but it might not necessarily be like a good card in green-white. So I think I'm going to take Tidal Hollow Skull. It's basically a Mesmeric Fiend that is a little hard to cast. It is an artifact, if that matters. It's probably mostly a downside. But okay, we have Hero Bladehold. Fine, but I don't think it's particularly good. I do have an artifact for Soul Transfer. I think I prefer Vindicate, though. Maybe I'm going to be black-white. There is a Tenacious Underdog as well, but Vindicate's just such a good card. You can even blow up lands. Deals with anything. And yeah, I could definitely see us blowing up a land if I'm on the play and want to get some tempo going. So yeah, we might be going into black-white here. And black has some good cards you can blink as well. But like the new Orcish Bowmasters, I suppose, is in the queue. Just gonna have to imagine that it is. And also cards like Grief. Oh, here is Restoration Angel, and I don't think there's much reason to pass it up here. I mean, Recruiter of the Guard would be good. Could find me any of my creatures, but Restoration Angel works with everything I have so far. And could be good. Oh, Fraven Inspector, good card to blink, and just a value card. I also kind of like Mistress Shadow, and I don't think Toxic Deluge is that good in this deck when I have so many creatures, but Wandering Emperor is a good addition here. This is a funny one. It's basically the black side is more of a good thing. It's basically got 2-mana Reanimate, which I actually think is a good addition to the cube. But this is a good mana fixer, but I think Wandering Emperor is a solid card here. Right, so now there is Soul Herder, which I could go into blue-white blink instead. I don't think this card is gonna make it. Unfortunately, it doesn't seem like it's fantastic in this deck. I'm gonna take Soul Herder and see if maybe I go into blue-white instead of black. But we shall see. I mean, I'm just gonna keep myself open. Maybe open like an Ancestral Recall. Yeah, that could be a thing. Don't think Walking Ballista is particularly good here. I like Qatar Commando is a fine card. Not a good card to blink, so I prefer like Lorne of the Third Path for that kind of effect when you got Resto and maybe Ephemerate, but not a horrible card to main deck. So yeah, this card could be okay if I get Stoneforge. This is a funny addition. If you got a creature in play, you can draw extra cards and also get through the ring, tempting pretty good. But I don't think it's particularly good. And we have some good cards that wear equipments. No legendary creatures though. Kitchen things for the sideboard here. And Tenacious Underdog did wield. I think that card could be okay. It's just resilient to like sweepers. I don't know. Grave Titan. Probably it's not 0% that I play Grave Titan, but I prefer not. It's a little too expensive. Alright, so Ancestor or Time Walk, and I could go into blue-white. But I'm definitely locked into white. Okay. Got Jace, but that's lower on the power level than Ancestral Time Walk. So the Resorts to Plowshares, I'm probably gonna take that here. Ursa Saga is a good card, but it doesn't really do anything in my deck just make some constructs, and that's it. That's not good enough. Geeks would be kind of a fun addition. Works with the sword, but yeah, Swords to Plowshares. It's a very good card, even if against almost everything except like the control decks and combo decks. Lingering Souls, huh? It's that or Adeline. Yeah, I think I'm gonna take Lingering Souls. Just makes this deck so much better against like a deck with a lot of removal spells or like a control deck, because Adeline is more easily answered than Lingering Souls. Lingering Souls, I mean, Adeline wears the equipment better, but these tokens also wears equipment good because you can equip one, your opponent kills it, you have more. So this is better against removal. New card here. Okay, seems like it could be okay. There is also Concealing Curtains, which is not a great blink target. Yes, you do get to do the thing again, but this card could be like an Oblivion Ring or not Planeswalkers, or you can pay 2 mana to blink anything, which is okay, I guess. This doesn't fix my mana. I think this card is best here. I don't think the other card's a little too weak, I think. Whereas this card, you play it, put its counter on something else, get something back, and then you have this card that can also bring things back. So I think this could be kind of a powerful card. And I do have some cheap cards. Oh, there is the Stoneforge. I already have a sword. I could end up with Batterskull. Raffine's Tower is mana fixing, but I'm going to take a Stoneforge here. I think that it has a lot of potential. I already have one decent equipment, and I could get Batterskull or Keldra Complete, maybe a sword if these are still in the cube. I don't know. Also, this deck could probably play Skull Clamp, just because I do have some things that work with that. I don't really need Path once I have swords that much, but there isn't anything else here. This is basically a 4 mana Time Twister. You can always get the Time Twister effect if you so desire. This card is hard to cast and probably not so good. So I'm going to take Path, but I might cut it. I don't love it. Ooh, Flicker Wisp. Better than anything else. Has a lot of things you can do with it here. And I think Sun Titan might be a little better than the Boonbringer. Basically a splashing black for some cards. This card attacks your opponent from another angle, and the other cards I kind of like it. And Vindicates is just a good card. Oh man, there are 2 cards I want here: Ephemerate and Keldra Complete. Keldra Complete, of course, is a good thing to get with Stoneforge. Whereas Ephemerate works with a lot of my cards. This is unfortunate. You know, I already have Flicker Wisp and Resto, so I kind of need those cards. Yes, I think having an excellent card for Stoneforge is just better. I think Gix is a little too hard to cast. I'll add Lin Wield. I might play that. I did pass up on the Tri-land Fixer, but these are worse. I think this deck would want a Scrubland more or Godless Shrine. I think this deck wants the lands to come to play untapped. Yeah, this is not the most aggressive white deck, but that's fine. Every deck you play does not have to be aggressive, and I think this deck can also beat down pretty good. Yeah, Dark can wear the Android maybe. I don't really need wins from a ban when I already have swords and paths. But as it stands, this is a 2-mana 3/3 where the 2/2 is hard to kill. Not gonna, probably almost surely not gonna splash any red cards. So Fiend Artisan probably not good, but I can see it doing some things in this deck. I just don't think I have room for that. You don't need to play those cards in the cube. When you got so many other good playable cards, like I have one pack left. I'm gonna probably have to spend some picks on lands, but yeah. Here would be kind of unfortunate if I were to open Ancestral or Time Walk. But any other power would be great. Like any Mox, any Black Lotus, any Sol Ring. Like I think Thalia could be okay in this deck, even though I have some non-creature spells. I think that it just would lock down my opponent pretty hard. As far as black card goes, I can't think of too many things. So there is Mother of Runes. That is an exciting card, I think, for this deck. Council's Judgment, Rankle and Braids are legendaries that could work with Sword, but doesn't seem that good. I do have a lot of creatures. Some of them I kind of want to protect. Yeah, I'm gonna take Mother of Runes. I think it's gonna be a fine card. And here is Thalia. I think it's gonna be good. I have to pass up on the Vista because I think Thalia is one of the better cards. It's not a great combo with the Wandering Emperor and or Lingering Souls, but I think it's gonna mess up my opponent more than me. I got so many creatures, and some of my non-creature spells are very cheap, like Swords and Path. Of course, Path and Thalia is not exactly a combo, but I think we're gonna be pretty good here. It's a deck that doesn't have any power, but this deck can win without power. It seems like it has a lot of powerful cards which can make up for some of that, and I think we're gonna be okay against Storm. We have Tide Hollow and Thalia, or like the combo decks. Vindicate can also blow up a land, slow your opponent down, and have a lot of creature interactions: Swords, Path, Solitude, even Wandering Emperor sometimes. Oh, so here's Esper Sentinel, not a good card, but I think I really need this Scrubland. I both love it and need it. This opens up the door for any fetch land now. So yeah, while Esper Sentinel would be a good addition, it's not. I don't think I can pass up on a Scrubland. Okay, so Blade Splicer or Containment Priest. Containment Priest is a combo with Flicker Wisp. Because you can target your opponent's creature with Flicker Wisp, but it doesn't come back. Also Blade Splice, which is a very good blink target. But I didn't take Ephemerate. I do have Resto and Flicker Wisp. Both these cards work with Flicker Wisp. I think also Containment Priest is a little bit of a combo with Palace Ale, because if your opponent becomes a Monarch, the creature doesn't come back. I'll take the Containment Priest. All right, and here we have Parallax Wave, which actually combos with containment, please, because you can exile your opponent's board. Yeah, I don't really need this member. I have so many removal spells, so I'm going to take Parallax Wave. You can also exile your own stuff and get some more value that way. Okay, I'm going to take Skyclave now. And Lur's not going to get Companion, but might board in against an aggressive deck. This is a mana fixer. Okay, I'll take it. Better than any other cards. So let's cut a card here. I could cut Tenacious Underdog. It doesn't seem like it's fantastic, and it's a black card, which makes it even more awkward. But yeah, I think Tenacious Underdog is the worst card here. Could also be Sun Titan, but I think Sun Titan could be a good top end. And there's Council's Judgment now. Good interactive card, but I already have Vindicate. I'll take it though. Guess I don't need it. I also have Skyclave. Position is not good enough to play with my less of the main color. Maybe I can cut Sun Titan and play like Lurrus instead. Lurrus also wears the Andrew better. Yeah, I don't think I need Sun Titan. It's a little too expensive. And this card does a similar effect, except 1 mana cheaper. Alright. Yeah, Karmic Guide. Oh well, Damnation, sideboard card. Probably not even gonna side with it anyway. But alright. Alrighty. Despite having 2 1 mana removal spell, I'm gonna have to shift this. Doesn't matter if you got removal if you doesn't have anything to back it up. I think I might actually ship Path to Exile here. It's not the kind of card I want early, and I have Vindicate and to some extent Wandering Emperor. I can go Scholar and even play a Lurrus to maybe get it back. I think Path is the right card to put on the bottom. There we go. Next turn I can either Lurrus or Vindicate. We shall see what happens here. Okay, so my opponent has Fast Bond, but not too many lands. Has a Time Twister. And this card taps for, yeah, okay, so what do I want to do here? It's also Time Twist, which my opponent currently can't cast. Fast Bond and Sail into the West is a combo, but I just take Knight of the Reliquary. That keeps my opponent off blue. That's gonna make things harder for my opponent to get blue. So I think it does, first of all, it removes a threat, but also okay, so my opponent did not. I'm just gonna go Lurrus here. And I have some incentive to play out my cards because of this sailing to the west, but I might vindicate either the fast mode or a land at some point. I just don't think I need to vindicate right now because one does have access to reprieve. But, I can play around that by instant speeding the Wandering Emperor. That's a good thing about seeing your opponent's hand. Well, the reprieve and the time twister. The time twister doesn't bother me too much. Yes, I will have a fast one in play, but I'm gonna be able to cast cards at the end of turn. So I can go end of turn Wandering Emperor. If my opponent wants to reprieve it, my opponent can't use Elvish Reclaimer because I think the land comes into play tapped, right? Yeah. This is all fine. Now I can do it like this, and I think I might actually blow up the Triumph here. The reason is that slows my opponent down. Now, my opponent wants to use the entire turn using the Reclaimer. That'll be much harder. Yeah. Okay, so Bant Time Twister. I think I wanna add I can remove Path because I don't like giving my opponent a land. Seems like my opponent is very mana hungry. So maybe remove Path for Council Judgment. Council Judgment also can deal with like a fast one, for example. Alright, so we have drawn a Color Complete. That is not great unless I can find a Stoneforge. I have a Swords and a Lures though. That's Gaylord. I think I gamble on this. I think this Swords could be great. Take out like a Reclaimer or a Knight, and since my opponent mulligan, that might stop my opponent in the tracks here. Drawing lands is not terrible. Right, there we go. I'm gonna pop Swords that so fast. Then play a Naked Lures again, but it's okay. Might be able to hard cast Color Complete pretty soon if this continues. Just gonna flash in the rest to him, try to go for beatdown. Might as well just put the counter on Lure so I can attack with that. Through the Excavator. Alright. Sure. Not even hit a land, that's unlucky, but ooh. So I could evoke it to get it back, but yeah. Alright, that was a little bit of a 3-win, but I'll take those. Fine hand here on the draw. I even get to crack the clue on turn 2 if I got nothing else. Rip. Well, that's gonna be hard to beat. A little late. Although I couldn't even have passed it on the play. And Stoneforge. There's like a skull or a way that whatever my opponent gets here, if it's problematic. Yeah, like a battle skull. And I'll take 2. Swords is okay, but I think I want Scholar first. Use my mana a little bit better. Caracas, Mother of Runes, Plains. Okay, Caracas is pretty good against Adeline. That is a problem. It also has Mother of Runes. Next one might just be me swordsing Mother of Runes and cracking the clue. Because I could double block Stoneforge here. Because if my opponent gets back Battle Skull now, it's it has first strike, never mind. Alright, I guess I'll take 7. Caracas. And Mother of Runes. And drew Talia. Okay. Alright, this deck doesn't do well against a turn on Lotus, and also Caracas is going to be problematic for me, but sure what I do about that. I mean, building in Council's Judgment is an extra answer to like a Wandering Emperor, maybe. Not great, but yeah, I guess I keep. I think Lingering Souls could be good. To have a Vindicate. To have my colors here. This is very borderline, but I think just Lingering Souls is gonna be very good against my opponent. The way these decks usually are configured. Also great, but it could still do some things. Maybe on turn 5 I play it and equip. I could indicate a land here. I don't think that's completely unreasonable, but it could also cost Lingering Souls. I think I like Vindicating. Opponent didn't do anything last turn, so this almost feels like a time walk. To get like next turn Lingering Souls and then play Andrew equip. Lion Sash, okay. Well, that makes Guardian Scalelord a little worse. And also Lingering Souls. This is not gonna get a counter at least, but yeah. Okay. Tame and Priest. So if I play Lingering Souls, my opponent gets to eat it. It's not great. This can grow to a 2/2. I think I'm just gonna pass and maybe ambush at Carlo. My opponent could crack Lotus and eat it with the Lion Sash, but if that happens in combat, maybe it's worth it just because my opponent then wastes Black Lotus. Oh. Well, that's a problem. Now my opponent gets to bring back Black Lotus. Yeah, getting owned here. This is non-token, but yeah, I mean, don't have any good blocks. Alright. I think I'm gonna have to give my opponent this victory. That helps a little bit. Play the Scale Lord and put a counter on itself, and presumably that could hold down the fort. But we should see. Do you have path? No. Fortunate. 9 gets back Black Lords. Yeah, Black Lords is a card. When your opponent casts it 3 times in a game, or not cast but play it, it is hard to beat. Alright, this is going to be a somewhat of a short video, but thank you for